Today we're going to open up a booster box of Ursula Returns, the newest set in the Disney Lorcana TCG with some new amazing enchanteds and also some really powerful new cards. We're going to take a look at the pull rate, see if that has changed since the last set, and we're also going to take a close look at the card quality to see if that has changed from the last set to this one as well. We're going to be giving away an Illumineers trove in today's video, so to enter, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, make sure you have those bells turned on for notifications, but most importantly, leave a comment down below in the comment section and let me know what your favorite enchanted is in this set. All right, so here we go. Disney Lorcana's newest set, Ursula Returns. Super excited to have the new set and take a look at some of these new cards because there are some really powerful cards in this set.
God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm.
Some really good enchanted cards too, super excited, and a new mechanic called Sing Together. Now that mechanic I do think is probably going to be one of the most wild things to see with this next set, to see how it does. I love the pack art on these two, that very dark kind of look here for Ursula Returns, kind of based around some villains. Now, previous sets, guys, when we're looking at the pull rates, we are looking for about 11 to 13 on the super rares and about 4 on the legendary. So as long as we're in that range, that's kind of where we want to be, and you are going to get a foil card out of every single pack. So we got Fortisphere, another amazing item that I'm curious to see how that ends up playing out. I do think with that resist mechanic in there, it's going to be pretty good. We got Scuttle, another very solid piece for some of these Sapphire decks. And our first legendary is the Queen, who also got an enchanted, beautiful card. Now, this card is pretty good, but if it didn't have the tap ability on the first turn, I think this card would be absolutely busted if they had just made that an enter the battlefield trigger. And a double legendary for our first pack. No shot. The Queen and Hades in the first pack here, and Hades' ability, banish one of your other characters to play a character with the same name as the banished character. So you can banish a 1-drop Goofy and play the 10-drop Goofy out of your hand. That's pretty insane. And then we got a foil dodge. Oh, and also we have new puzzle pieces. Now the new puzzle is actually 9 pieces. It's a giant puzzle piece of Ursula. It looks super cool. So let's see if we can complete that before it is done. Wow, what a first pack. Way to start there. Now, obviously we do want to hit enchanted, but the cards I am most excited about, I actually am super excited about Brooms getting some love in this set because I do think there's a Broom set that's going to be really good. The new Diablo legendary is super good in this set as well, and we do have a puzzle piece back there. It was trolling me. I thought it might have been an enchanted. We have a Hercules, Triton's Decree. We have I find them, I flatten them. That is awesome. Banish all items. Could be pretty relevant considering the meta. I do think this is just a better version of the red Mother Gothel that comes in with 3 damage, so a really good healing target and a big body for Rapunzel to come in to draw some cards. We got Hades. We got Ursula's Lair. This card may actually be kind of relevant because characters named Ursula here get 1 extra lore, and the Ursulas are going to see a ton of play from all the sets right now. And then also we have whenever a character is banished in a challenge here, you can return it to your hand. So basically like the Dr. Facilier effect in a sense. We got Field of Ice and a Jacques. All right, so remember, we are keeping count of the super rares and the legendaries. Obviously, we're already at halfway through the legendaries, which is nice, but we do want to try to hit that 13 mark with the super rares. Pegasus is an amazing 1-drop in the set. I think it is super fantastic. Gonna see a ton of play in green. Definitely probably one of the best green cards that got printed. We have Argus, we have Shifu, Nessus, we have Olaf, a lot of Olafs now. We have Mrs. Potts, we have Annoy. Whenever you play an action, this character takes no damage from challenges this turn. That's pretty interesting, actually. Pretty good for song decks. And then we have One Last Hope foil. Solid. And I'm keeping the puzzle pieces off to the side, and we'll kind of look at it at the end. Once we get all 9 pieces, I should be able to take a picture of that so you guys can see it in action. See what I did there?
Gentlemen, which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
We got Dodge. That was terrible. Tuck Tuck. We got Record Player. We have Benja, Aladdin. We have Sign the Scroll. Interesting card. We have Madrigal. All the new Madrigal cards, some of them are pretty powerful, actually. We have Mulan, Alma Madrigal, which is pretty cool. So this is the first kind of tutor that we have seen in Disney Lorcana. So when you play, you can actually look through your deck for another Madrigal card, which is pretty interesting. So I wonder if they're going to do more tutors in the future. We have Hera and a foil Belle. All right, now the card that I really want to honestly really try to play is Phil from this set, the Steel Phil. I think the card is amazing in a Heroes build with Pride Lands and a couple other clean cards. And then also, I like the Mickey Musketeer. Ooh, Donald Duck, solid bodyguard. When you play this character, chosen character gets +1 lore for the turn. Pretty good. Basically gives you a goat effect in Amber, which can be nuts. We got a 1/3 Challenger 2 Ursula. Very good shift target for the new one. We got Aladdin. Sizu, rare. Now this one did get, I think this is the version that got the enchanted. I'm not too sure. This character gets +1 for each card in opponent's hands. I can't remember if this is the enchanted or not. I'm going to put the enchanted one up on screen. We have the Muses, which I do think is going to see plenty of play. Ward 2/4. And then we got a foil Rapunzel. Now after looking at the foils, it does look like it's about the same quality. Now our foils though have been a little bit cut roughly at the top, but other than that, pretty much the same. The color on them doesn't look any duller or any brighter. Pretty much the same as what we were seeing in Into the Inklands from the last. All right, so still only one super rare, which is really interesting. So we'll keep going here. Now, the super rares typically, to me, end up being a lot of the more powerful cards in the set. I feel like the most powerful spots from the last couple sets have been uncommons and super rares. There have been pretty good powerful cards across all rarities as well. Raya, this one's going to be interesting. When you play this character, ready chosen character of yours at a location, they can't quest for the rest of the turn, so you can challenge twice with her with another character, which is really nice. Got Magical Mate, Imperial Bow, Triton. I think Triton did get a legendary in Sapphire as well. We got the Sizu. There we go, the Shift 6. When you play this character, banish all opposing characters with 2 power or attack power or less. Powerhouse. I actually think this might be one of the cards that people are sleeping on originally. I do think this is going to be a pretty good addition to some of those red decks. And then we got Tuk Tuk. Now, I do think that that card is, like I said, going to see a little bit more play than people are expecting in those Ruby kind of lists, just because I think that the aggro lists are kind of going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of them around. There's a lot of new little aggro cards that help you get card draw and card advantage back. Thebes is another amazing card. I do think this is probably one of the best locations in this set. During your turn, whenever a character banishes another character in a challenge, well, here, gain 2 lore, cost 2, only cost 1 character to go there, and then 7 willpower on this is pretty key. We have Hey Hey, one of my favorite Emerald cards, gives you ramp in green, so when you play this character, if you're behind on ink, you get to ink the top card of your deck into your inkwell. Pretty good for Emerald, especially if you're playing against Sapphire when they're almost always going to be ahead of you. You can do that as early as turn 3 if they've done jump ahead, which is pretty crazy. We have Inunda, we have LeFou, we have the Aerial Supersonic Warrior. I love this so much. This did get an enchanted treatment. This is probably one of my favorite enchanted cards also. It's absolutely stunning. And a Floodborn to go with it as well. And then a foil rare Sizu. All right, so far I am liking what we are seeing here. Very, very fun. The set, I think, as a whole, man, just so many good cards that are going to get new support. Brooms getting a 1-drop and some other things. Hidden Inkcaster, pretty cool card as well. Being able just to, like, ink straight up uninkable cards. We have Pegasus, Mickey Mouse. We have the 5-drop Pegasus with Shift. This card is super, super good. It's going to pair very well with that 1-drop evasive Pegasus. We have Khan, Great Stone Dragon, another card that I'm kind of interested to see how this does in some of these ramp decks. We have One Last Hope and a Peter Pan super rare. Look at the Peter Shadow just kind of hiding in there. I love that. And then we got a foil Ariel. All right, so we need 3 more pieces of our little puzzle. I'm kind of putting it together over to the side here, but we need 3 more pieces of the puzzle. We got 3 legendaries, and we are only up to 2 super rares, but we still got a lot of box left here. We got Jetsam. Jetsam and Flotsam got some pretty interesting cards in the set. I think another powerful combo that you might see actually some Flotsam and Jetsam decks going around out there with some very good support. We got Medallion Weights, another good way to draw for Ruby. We're gonna dig a little deeper. Imperial Proclamation, Prince Philip, and an Avalanche. And I think Avalanche is one of those kind of tech cards that you might start seeing. It basically gives you the effect of Tinkerbell, the deal 1 damage to every character when you play it, but it also gets to banish a location as well, which is pretty important because there are some pretty good, strong locations in the set while they are slow. Speaking of powerful cards, Ursula 2-drop Singer 4, probably going to be the most played card in Amber that you're going to see out of this set. We got Vital Sphere, another solid card. We have Daisy Duck, another 1/3/1 body, so that's our 1/3/1 for Amber. We have Marshmallow, Vision Slab. I love the artwork on this with Bruno in it. Very nice. We have Mrs. Isabella Madrigal, And then we have a Lumiere, our first like lord for every card type. Just all your other characters get +1 attack, helping your Robins and other 3 willpower characters or 3 attack characters dodge Madame Medusa, which is pretty important. Then we got foil, dig a little deeper. All right, come on. We need some spice here. We need some spice. Maybe an enchanted. My favorite enchanted from the set is the Ariel, but the Diablo is also very, very nice. The locations were pretty good in here as well for their choices. I do think Ariel's location under the water looks absolutely beautiful. Under the Sea is another sync together card I would like to pull here. We got our Gaston, very nice, and an Aurora. Now the Aurora is interesting, gives all your items. They can't be chosen for abilities or effects. So basically gives your items ward, which is really nice. And then we got a Camilo Madrigal. All right, so we're almost done with the puzzle. 2 more pieces left on the puzzle, and that was a double super rare pack, so we're actually getting a little bit closer on that as well. So who's excited for the new meta? Who is going to be playing at the challenge in Atlanta? Also, let me know down in the comments if you're playing and what you're thinking about playing. I got a little tongue-tied there. What deck are you going to be playing? I have no clue what I'm doing yet. Probably going to be Amber Steel Songs. What I'm most comfortable with right now. We got the 4-drop shiftable Ursula. This card is dumb. Absolutely crazy. So we have an alternate shift cost now where you can just discard a song card from your hand instead of having to pay an actual cost with your regular resources, which is pretty important. And then whenever she quests, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of your choice, you can rip hands apart with this on like turn 3 with the 2-drop Ursula. So you can go turn 2 green Ursula and then shift into this. Super good combination. And then we got a Minnie Mouse Bodyguard, followed by a Piglet Legendary Foil. Wow, the sturdy swordsman, oh so sturdy, very, very nice. Yeah, that Piglet, if you have an empty hand, being able to challenge rated characters is pretty good, especially with how powerful some of these cards are if they survive a turn. Very, very good. I do think that card might see some play. Not in every kind of deck. Now, Brawl, I do believe, is going to basically see a ton of play in those Ruby Amethyst lists. Very, very good addition. Looking like, oh no. But yeah, I think that card's going to see a ton of play in Ruby Amethyst lists if they stay kind of similar and on that same game plan as they have been. We got Olaf, we got Goofy, Flynn Rider, and then we got a foil training ground. So far, this box has been absolutely fantastic for us. The only thing that I would like to see here, I would love to see a Diablo for our 4th like regular legendary, if we can pull one, or obviously an enchanted. Now, the Mickey Mouse Musketeer in here is super good. Like I said, I think in a lot of these Stitch Rockstar builds. So just a ton of fun cards. I'm curious to see how all these decks play out within the next few weeks. And a regular Piglet, the sturdy swordsman. So we got another legendary and a swing into action. All right, so it's safe to say that this box was a little bit extra sturdy. So we got our 5th legendary, our 4th regular one. So I don't expect to see any more from here out, but we shall see. There are boxes that have way more than that. We've had up to 7 in a box before. There is variance in this, but you're really going to be right at 4 for the most part. We got RLS Legacy's Cannon now. Deal 2 damage to chosen character or location by discarding a card. I do think that this card might find a home in some of these decks, but we'll see. There's just so many cards to try to tech with right now. I don't know what to expect. We got Bruno Madrigal and a Make the Potion. I'm actually surprised we haven't completed this puzzle yet. We're almost probably like 2/3 of the way through the box, something like that. So we'll see what happens if we can complete it by the end. We got Dodge. We should be able to, though. I don't assume that we won't be able to. But again, Ursula, oh my God, that card's gonna be so good to play. So good. Also, very good shift target as well for the other Ursula that we were talking about. We have Peppa Madrigal. We have Be King Undisputed, a very good card in tandem with Lady Tremaine. And then we also have a foil Ursula. Love this. Is going right into my deck. Very, very nice. Getting there, getting there. I think we got about 8 packs remaining now. Oh man, we haven't really had the best of luck when it comes to Enchanted since like the very first blocks that we opened of Floodborn. So hopefully we can change that. I really hope we don't walk the plank on this one. We got Mickey Mouse, Daisy Duck, Triton's Trident. That was interesting. We got Vision Lab. Look at this family. A very, very, very good card with the Sing Together mechanic, meaning you can use multiple characters to sing the song. So it costs 7. If you wanted, you can take this 4 cost and this 3 cost queen, use them both together to sing for the 7 cost, which is absolutely stunning. Again, yes, this does trigger if you use the Ursula, the legendary Ursula Green that gets a double trigger. You will be able to cast this spell twice if she was included in the group to sing the song. We have a super goofy. This is the enchanted I do want to pull other than that Ariel. We got the super goof. I actually do think this card's going to see a ton of play as well. And then we got a foil, yeah. Man, I'm getting giddy thinking about all of the fun deck types that are going to be out there. Now, the new cards are not legal for the tournament that is going to be here next week for the first challenge. So that will not be legal here. Oops, skipped a card there. We got the Raya. So it's going to be interesting. The meta is probably going to be a lot of the same that we saw at those set championships. I don't think there's going to be too many rogue decks going around. It's going to be pretty simple. No need to panic. So yeah, there's a pretty good amount of decks out there. There's probably 7, and there we go. We got the legendary Mickey Mouse Floodborn. Look at how beautiful the text box looks on this card. But I'm excited. I want to play this card. I want to put it into a bodyguard build with some heroes. It's going to be so much fun with Mickey Mouse and a foil Prince Philip. Nice. Wow. Okay, so 5 legendaries and a foil legendary. So we're at 6 legendaries in our first box. Pull rates are absolutely busted in here. Now, if we pull an enchanted 2 in this box, that'll be it. That'll be it. Atlantica, another interesting card. Characters have +2 cost to sing while songs here. So if you have a 2-drop, it'll sing 4, which is pretty good. Interesting to see how some of these new locations do fit into the meta. I don't know how they're going to go. We got Under the Sea, probably one of the most game-changing cards, or like basically advantage cards. If you can land this with anything crazy like a Kita, like legendary Kita combo with this, oh my god, it's absolutely ridiculous how combo like that is. We got the Wall, and our foil is a Nessus. All right, we got 5 packs left. Can we get another legendary? My goodness, this box has been great though. A lot of the uncommons that I wanted, multiples of the uncommons that we needed, some of the sing together songs. Now, I would like to see the purple draw 5 sing together. That'd be really nice. Record player, look at Stitch. Stitch's little thing. Ow. We wore Stitch today just because Stitch is definitely one of our favorite Disney characters. We got Fortisphere, Ursula's Plan. We have Pain, which I'm in a lot of now. A lot of back pain. Lost in the Woods. We got John Silver. Love this. Love the artwork on this card as well. And then we got another Sonic Warrior Ariel, followed by a foil Prince Eric. And there it is. We completed the puzzle piece card. I'm going to pan over there real quick so you guys can see it. But we got a 9-piece puzzle in this one. I was so happy they went back to the puzzle pieces. So very excited for that. Definitely, I don't know. I like it. It's something a little fun. And that one actually fills a whole page in a binder. Like if you have a 3-pocket or a 9-pocket binder. So I like the way they did that this time. Maybe they'll do one for a 4-pocket binder in the next set. Ooh, Ravensburger, Brainstorm. We got Beast. We got Sign of the Scroll, Ursula. We have Mulan, Rapunzel. We have a Prince Philip and a foil Ursula. Man, this box has been great, dude. This box has been awesome. All right, we got 3 packs left. Can we get another? Come on, give us another legendary. I'm not even begging for an enchanted here. Just give us another legendary. Something. Imagine we get another foil legendary. Foil legendary Diablo. Let's do it. I would love to see the Diablo. It's a card I do want to experiment with, but I do think a lot of these steel decks are going to go up on Grab Your Sword, so I don't think the discard mechanic, once the meta kind of gets solidified, I don't think it's going to be as good as people are expecting it to be. We got the Jasmine. We got Raja, that they go together. That's really interesting. I wonder if this is going to be like the Peter Pans were in the last set. If you remember, we were getting the red Peter Pan and the green Peter Pan an awful lot, and we got a Tong. All right, 2 packs. Let's go. 2 more to go. Come on. Come on, Ursula. I know you're a mean one, but be nice to us here on these last couple of packs. We got Hidden Incaster, Anna. Got Max, look at that shaggy dog. We got Pegasus, Mickey Mouse. Pegasus again, another, man, I love that card. Sisu, this is the first time I've seen this card. I do think that this 1/1 evasive is going to be pretty good when you play this character. Banish chosen opposing character with 1 attack or less. Can deal with a lot of the cards like Curse Merfolk and some of the other ones. We don't talk about Bruno. We just don't talk about Bruno. And then we have a Hercules and a foil, hey. All right, our last pack now. We are only at 9 on the super rares, which is actually an astonishing below where we normally are. But the good news is we are up on legendary. So remember, guys, this is only a small sample size. It's only 1 booster box. So the variance is obviously going to be very hard to get on right until you get to really like 100 boxes or more realistically. We got Flotsam and Jetsam. I love this artwork that they did with Flotsam and Jetsam. Absolutely love that. We have Megara, Sisu, Ariel the Singer, a 7. Gonna see if this card sees some play as a 4-drop. Very interesting. We got a Zeus, So our 10th super rare, and finishing off with a foil Aurora. So I think that was a pretty successful first box. If you want to watch more Lorcana content, click one of the 2 videos here, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment to get entered into that giveaway. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next video or the next live.